Hey guys, it's Adi here with MyNokiaBlog, and this is going to be a comparison test between the performance of the Lumia 1520 versus that of the Lumia 1020. And the Lumia 1520 is the best when it comes to the specs. It has some amazing specs, and the Lumia 1020 is no slouch either. So let's just see how both these perform. And we'll start with a quick boot speed comparison. So I'm going to power them on simultaneously and see which one turns on first. On 3, 1, 2, 3. The Lumia 1520 actually vibrated a second faster. And you can see it already has the Nokia start screen on. So just to round up the specs, the Lumia 1520 is a monster when it comes to specs. It has a 2.2 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 800 processor, which is one of the best out there, and it has 2 gigabytes of RAM. While the Lumia 1020 has a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor and also 2 gigabytes of RAM. 2 gigahertz S4 processor and not the S800. As you can see, the Lumia 1520 has booted a bit faster. No significant difference really, even though it has twice the cores and it has a much nicer processor. But once again, I think that's pretty much due to the optimization of Windows Phone 8 and it being a really fluid OS. So now that both devices are up and running, I'd like to start with one important test, and for my opinion, which is a camera speed test. Now, the Lumia 1020, of course, has the monstrous 41 megapixel camera, while the Lumia 1520 is no slouch with its 20 megapixel camera. But of course, those extra 21 megapixels have a lot of effect on the processing, and of course, the Lumia 1520 has a much faster processor. So let's see the performance speed and how long it takes to capture an image. Here I have a very nice candy bar, which I'll be eating after I finish. So first of all, just hitting the button will power up the camera. Same on the 1020. They're both pretty fast. I mean, the 1020 takes some lag, and I think it has something to do with the with the physical shutter actually opening. And before I even take the test, I'd like you guys to know that the 1520 is very, very fast when it comes to capturing images. And this is processing time. The processing time I want you guys to focus on is until the image captured goes away and you're ready to take another image. So it's capture to capture time. So let's do that one more time. Bring this in here. So it's captured, and now you're ready to capture another image. Let's try that with the 1020, and you're not really going to get the same results. It's going to take a while for it to process. Sorry about that tweet, guys. And it's done. So let's try that one more time, and then we'll try them both side by side. So it takes a bit of time to save, and let's see if I can fit both of these in frame. I can actually. And just focus on when both of it should capture together, but focus on when the screen for capturing another image comes up again. So 1, 2, 3. They both captured. The Lumia 1520 is ready to capture another image, and now the 1020 captures another image. So there's about a 2-second difference or so between the 1020 and the 1520, and that makes a huge difference when trying to capture images on the flow. And the Lumia 1520, as I said, is just really, really blazing fast at focusing and at capturing images. So I mean, like the 1020 actually might even get that into focus properly. Has some difficulty focusing, but that's a camera issue and not a processor issue. So that's pretty much it for the camera test. I mean, we can safely assume that the Lumia 1520 is very fast, and with a 20 megapixel camera, it's probably the best, quality to speed thing that you can get out there. So let's check out some other apps, such as let's try running 6tag, or 6x, sorry, for the Vine app, and it's up and running on the 1520, up and running on the 1020, and it was pretty much the same. Let's try resuming that again. And 1020 actually resumed faster this time, which is quite interesting, seeing as the 1520 took a bit longer this time. And if you press the Windows key and head back through the back button, they'll both resume pretty much instantly, which is, pretty cool. So let's try 6tag, the popular Instagram app. So let's hit that up on both of them. And up and running on the 1520, and up and running on the 1020. So not much of a difference there, and hit back once again. Sorry. Pretty much the same thing on both. And let's try that with the Twitter app. Once again, the 1520 is just split second faster. Nothing really noticeable, and nothing certainly to warrant an upgrade or say that the 1020 is slow. It's just relatively faster, I guess. So let's try another app, which is the Facebook app, even though I'm not a big fan of it, but a lot of people use it, and it's a very clunky app. It's not the smoothest app out there. So seeing the performance of the Facebook app should make a difference. Let's check that out. 1520, Facebook app, open, loaded. 1020, open and loaded. And the 1520 refreshed it faster as well. So, I mean, you can say the 1520 is obviously faster, but it's nothing that much immensely faster. I think the 1520 also is pretty cool at, resuming apps. They're both very smooth at that. No resuming screens as you would see in the lower RAM devices. So, it's pretty fair test. I mean, the thing where you'll see most difference in the performance would just be, as we mentioned, the camera capture. And I know a lot of people would ask about this, so let's try opening the camera from the lock screen position. So if both are locked and hitting the buttons on 3, 1, 2, 3. So the 1520 vibrated a bit faster and it's up ready to capture. 1020 was only a split second after that. But once we capture the image, that's when the speed differences occur, where the 1520 is just ready to capture the second image a lot faster than the 1020 is. So I think we can say that the performance differences are negligible unless you're talking about the camera area, where it could be based on either the lower amount of pixels and lower resolution images you're capturing, paired with the better GPU and the quad core versus the dual core, and of course the Snapdragon S800 versus the S4. So, I mean, I think that hopefully that gave you guys a good idea about the performance of the 1520 versus the 1020, which it was until now, the best Windows Phone you could get. So, hope you guys found that useful. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. I'd love to read about them and hear about them. If you have any suggestions for future videos or want to see anything in particular, let me know down below in the comment section, and I'll be happy to oblige. And you guys can help me out with a subscribe or a like. And I'll see you guys around in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.